right?
Okay, so now I would like to touch upon an interesting theory that you put out recently. In a video, you said that Bitcoin should better abandon the proof of work mining system and start operating on a different blockchain. So why do you think that this transition is necessary for Bitcoin, and how would you see it happening?
Well, the point of the video was a thought experiment, and really it's separating two concerns. So there's Bitcoin, the mining operation, and there is Bitcoin, the payment system, and the financial stack. These are two very different things. So Bitcoin, the mining operation, nobody in the world could argue is not successful. It's gone from a single user, the inventor, in 13 years to a situation where people are building multi-$100 million mining operations next to like flare gas wells, natural gas wells and using flare gas. So that's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. No one has ever done that in any other industry so quickly. And literally billions of dollars have been spent building these operations. Well, the point is to extract Bitcoin, and because they're valued. Now, just so happens that at the same time, that subsidizes the existence of Bitcoin, the payment system, Bitcoin, the financial stack. And when we actually look at Bitcoin, the payment system, and the financial stack, there really isn't a lot of great activity there. Why? Because Bitcoin can only process 7 transactions per second. It has a very slow settlement time, about 60 minutes for finality, give or take. And you can't issue your assets. You can't do complex transactions. So my whole commentary was that we should focus on the fact that Bitcoin's done something great, which is it's created digital gold, an asset that is really valuable because it costs a lot to make. But that asset doesn't need to live on the Bitcoin network in order for it to be useful in a financial context. It could be moved as a wrapped asset to another network, and that other network could use it for stable coins, it could use it for DeFi lending, and it could use it for payments, anything you want. Just like I can take a gold bar from the mine and I can go and send it to Tel Aviv, or I can send it to Rome, or I can send it to New York City or something like that. And as evidence, there's, I think, $4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin that's been moved out of the network, and it's now wrapped Bitcoin living on Ethereum. And then the question is, do you still need to run the network to actually preserve that store of value and continue consuming more energy than the country of Ecuador or Switzerland? Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like saying we're no longer getting any gold out of the mine, but we need to keep all the miners employed and keep the lights on and keep all the heavy equipment operating and so forth. You're like, well, the gold mine's over. Why don't we just shut it down and sell all the gold and, have other people use it for things?
Okay, that's a very interesting thought experiment, although it created a lot of outrage among Bitcoin maximalists and Bitcoiners who see proof of work as a fundamental aspect of Bitcoin and one of the core elements that provides with decentralization and security to the network. We had Corey Clipston, the CEO of Swan Bitcoin, not long ago on our channel, and he said that in order to create something of value, you need to consume energy. So, wouldn't you agree with this argument?
Well, but I agree with that statement. It's necessary to create a digital gold because there's a predictable cost of value there, and it's not connected to use and utility. There's an intrinsic value to that. So it looks a lot like a natural resource in that respect, and that's fine. But the question is, do you have to keep mining in order for that sunk cost that you've put in to continue? And the answer is no. The further mining operations, all that's doing for you is it's giving you a payment system that nobody wants to use, and it's giving you a financial stack that is vastly inferior to every single cryptocurrency on market because it's the prototype, it's the first mover in that respect, and it's never been upgraded to match the capabilities of Cardano, Ethereum, Avalanche, and Algorand and other systems. They can't say, well, we have Lightning and we have Elements and we have all these other things. So I say, well, you're literally locking your Bitcoin and using a different network to get your utility. So is there any material difference between that and what I'm saying about wrapped Bitcoin on other systems? You're just moving it a little further away, but at the end of the day, a different protocol is managing that Bitcoin at the end of the rainbow.